Okay, welcome back. I know it's been a while, but I'm back and I have two more Super Nintendo boards. Now in the pink post-it note, I already wrote down what was wrong, what I saw visually what was wrong, and it seems to be missing a work RAM chip and also the controller port, the where the ribbon sits. It's very corroded. Now in a closer shot here, you can see there's a lot of blue and green corrosion. So I have a lot of these ports on hand, so I'm just going to be replacing it. So in my parts box, I did find the work RAM chip, so I'm going to be adding that first. So if you're learning how to do this work, keep in mind that these chips have an orientation. So in this video, you'll see that there's a dot at the top right hand of the chip. That has to go to pin 1, which you'll see on the silk screen of the board, number 1. So you know that that dot corresponds with pin number 1. So just keep in mind, if I would have put this chip upside down, it wouldn't work. If you're wondering what that brown spot at the top of the screen is, that's flux from the previous technician, so that can easily be cleaned, so it's nothing to worry about. So if you saw my previous video, you know that these boards were actually sent to me by my buddy Phil McPhee. He has his own Twitch. He does console repairs as well. He does a lot of Wii stuff, PS2 stuff. So if you like seeing that, now I don't really fix much disc-based systems, so if you want some variety, go follow him on Twitch. I'm going to link in the description his Twitch down below. He's a good guy. You ask him questions, he'll answer all your questions for you, and he's trying to build up his Twitch, so I'm going to help him out. So this console, the power port has been removed. So with my power supply, I'm going to anchor the positive lead to the end of the fuse, and I'm going to anchor the negative lead to the heatsink screw or the ground. So I did get the console to post, but I couldn't scroll through the menu options, so this socket has to be replaced. Someone asked me in one of my previous videos, what desoldering gun do I use? It's a Hakko FR301. Now I bought mine a couple years ago on Amazon. I think it ran me about just over $200. So they're quite pricey. I don't have an affiliate link or anything, so I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just saying where I got mine. So with that socket replaced, let's see if it posts. It helps if I turn on the power supply. And yeah, it does post and it does scroll. But it's still having problems. It seems to be locking up. It does say Super NES Burn and Test version 1.03, but after that I get a black screen. So it could have something to do with this work RAM chip. I'm going to reflow it and try it again. I know that work RAM chip does work. So if this doesn't help, then I don't know what's wrong with this console and I have to move on to the next one. I added a bit too much solder. That's alright, I'll just redistribute it across these pins, and any excess I'll just pull off. So even after all that, I got no change. So I think that the CPU is bad. Now I'll just update a post-it note, put it on here, and I'll be testing that CPU on another board in the future. So I'll verify that later on. Right now, onto the next board. So this one says blue screen, corrosion on work RAM, question mark. So yeah, before I got blue screens, now I'm getting it to post, and when I run the burn-in test, I get no words at the top of the screen. It just black screens right away. So I'm gonna take a look at that work RAM circuitry, see if there's any breaks. Upon closer inspection, I do see a bit of corrosion here and perhaps maybe one or two broken traces. So let me get a fiberglass brush, scratch up the solder mask, and see if there are any breaks. So that's definitely a break, clear as day. So let me patch that up and see if I can get this console back into working order. So what I'm going to use is a piece of magnet wire from the via all the way to the chip leg just to bypass the break, and that should solve the problem. Soldering to chip legs like this is always frustrating for me. I don't actually have a microscope, so I have to do all this with the naked eye. So just bear with me a bit. I know watching this is probably infuriating, but keep in mind I never claimed to be a professional. Well, there it is. It took longer than it should have, but it should hold, and let's see if it works. It seems to be working, so all this console needed was a patch, one little patch on the work RAM chip to get it to fire up. So, 1 for 2 in this video. So, stay tuned for some more videos. I should have some up soon. It won't take as long. I have some free time on my hand, so just stay tuned.